Hey, howdy ho, Lions fans. Welcome to the Detroit Lions podcast, episode 550. This is the official Detroit Lions podcast for Reddit, and we're doing it live. I'm your host, Chris. My good friend Ash got violently ill at the last minute, and he can't make it, so I'll just do this alone today. I've got you guys. I got you figured out. Don't worry. We're going to talk about today's game. We're going to cover Campbell's post-game presser. We're going to take some calls early ahead of the press conferences with coaches, and we'll take your calls throughout the entire show. It's a great show lined up. Ash, you ready to go?
Let's kick this off and break it down.
All right. Big win over Grand Valley State today. Comatose, thank you for that. So what we will do is we will start off, we'll grab calls right away, but if you happen to be on the phone when our coach comes up, you're gonna get paused. You can kind of host the coach's call with me if you'd like. We'll see how it goes. Got a lot going on and a lot to talk about here. All right, so this game, it felt to me like it was a weird day, a weird game. I don't know. I mean, the commercials that the NFL pummels you with it seemed a little bit more egregious today. So many breaks and stutters in the game as far as where the timing was for the end of the first quarter, and just never really felt like we got a groove going. And it was awkward. It just made it an awkward game. But either way, we came out on top. Had a good win in Indy, and I gotta say to the fans, great job showing up. Looked really like an awesome situation there at Lucas Oil Stadium with the fans. Really, really great win. So just a couple of quick stats. I think the one that just jumps out at me, and this has been a problem for the Colts all year, was time of possession. 24-6 is a handy win, and the 37 minutes to 22 minutes Lions winning the time of possession really tells a heck of a story. That's really where everything came from. Beazer felt way closer than the score was. The injuries scared me too. Yeah, the injury piece that's another part where, you had the weird stoppages with all those commercials, and then we had all of those injuries that just kept making things stop, and it was weird. They're a tough team. To be fair, the Colts are a tough team. They play hard, and got to give them credit for that. Donkey Kong, huge road win. Yeah, that's a big one. And Perry, the Lions beat a bad team as they should have. Yes, absolutely. So I think we're probably about 10 minutes away from Coach Campbell. Feel free to give us a call, 248-782-8384. We'll take calls a little early. And so now Mo can get through for sure today. A couple other interesting stats from today. I would have, with 26 points, winning 24-6, you would feel like your quarterback's going to turn out more than 275 yards, but he didn't. 269 is where we landed. Jahmyr Gibbs, the big runner today, way more yards compared to Montgomery than I thought. I just felt like Montgomery was killing it out there, but 37 rushing yards for him. One less yard for Montgomery through the air, so 70 yards, a little over 70 for him in that regard. But Jahmyr freaking just rocking it today. Jock Gibbs, 21 carries for 90 yards, just carrying the load today. Really did a good job. And this is one, Wells Walker, I want to hit on this topic. Defense did a nice job of adjusting to the quarterback RPO after struggling a bit early. Turned quarterback Richardson into a pocket passer. It was interesting because the thing about Richardson is he is not a pocket passer, and the Lions often have trouble with a running quarterback like Richardson. Hey, you got a caller. Hey, caller, what's your name? And how you feeling about this win today?
Hey, my man, how you doing?
Doc Zay, how you doing, man?
Man, I am living the dream.
Oh, boy. Now, did you go to the game today, or did you catch it on the tube?
Nah, I watched on the tube. I won't be at a game until Green Bay. I'll be up in Detroit for that one.
There you go. I'm holding out till Buffalo. I'm right behind the Lions bench, though.
That's gonna be a big one. I mean, that's looking like probably our toughest game left on our schedule.
Yeah, and we're not doing a post-game show. That's That's making you nervous.
Yeah, you're kind of screwing me. I'm throwing a party. I'm inviting a bunch of Bills fans over for that one. That's going to be embarrassing if we lose.
Oh God, it's a tough one. I mean, it's the Super Bowl preview, isn't it? I mean, it sure feels like it.
I mean, at this point, the Chiefs are barely hanging on against the Panthers.
Yeah.
Here's what I think we do. I think for the Bills, you let me and Mo from the Creek host a post-game show. We'll fill in just to ensure that we win.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what we need to do.
Look at that. We saved the day. We saved the season, really.
Built some cred.
I know I got to stop thinking about 16-1, but I can't stop thinking about 16-1.
Oh my God.
As a team that had 16 losses in one season, to be a team that has 16 wins, it just feels special.
Yeah.
You know?
What would that be? Would that be the third team to have a 16-win season? Because it was the Dolphins didn't play 16, so it would be the second team.
Right, they had 14.
Holy shit!
And if we won the Super Bowl after going 16-1, that would be the second greatest win percentage in history behind that Dolphins team.
Yeah, 100%. Man,
but I mean we have four losable games on our schedule remaining, so I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. But they're looking good, and Glenn just keeps rolling injury after injury. I mean, we had Vildor and Dorsey out there for a drive, and still didn't give up a touchdown.
Yeah, that's the thing. The no touchdowns given and nothing scored in the second half is crazy to me. Again, the Lions can't stop a running quarterback, right? I mean, I don't know if you can call Anthony Richardson a quarterback. I don't know that he's a. I don't say that to be, whatever. He's just not a great thrower of the ball, right? David Montgomery has a better passer rating.
I mean, we knew Richardson couldn't throw coming out of college, which was why I thought all the Lions should draft Richardson and develop him behind. I thought that was don't draft a quarterback who can't throw.
Right.
Doesn't matter what his athletic or physical tools are. Like, everyone wanted to compare him to Cam Newton. I was like, have you seen Cam Newton's arm? The dude is incredible throwing the ball. Like, he's not Cam. Yeah.
Cam's best trait is the hats he wears these days, though. He's got serious hat game, bro.
I love watching Cam's podcast. It's interesting, though. On his most recent podcast, he kind of got vulnerable for a moment and talked about how sad he is that the Panthers have seemingly erased him. And it made me think about some of our Lions greats and how they've had some, kind of fractured relationships with the team. But, like, the way this team is being run right now, it really makes you proud to be a fan.
Yeah. Can I just mention something that, and I'm just grabbing this out of the chat. Latvia Lion, go Lions, Thanksgiving Day game, Giants, Cowboys, yuck. It's such a, when we take about taking the Cowgirls out of that game. Thanksgiving is going to be an absolute, oh God, I hate to say this. I apologize in advance. It's going to be a turkey of a game, bro. It's going to be, I mean, that, for everybody else, the Lions are the only interesting game, right? And that's just watching them play against Caleb, I guess, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Bears just got the ball, 21 seconds left, down 3. They recovered an onside kick. They might do it.
Holy shit. Oh, I would love it. Actually.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Take Minnesota down a notch, let them come in a little too full of themselves. Oh, man.
Yeah, I want an arrogant Bears team. We haven't won on Thanksgiving in 7 years, yo.
Ooh. Yeah, it's definitely time. Kids fun. Rumor has it Richardson is still throwing to absolutely no one. He's a disaster. I mean, he's a disaster. This is the message for you. Stay in school, kids. That's the message. Stay in school. Oh man.
Here we go. Chiefs for the game winner. They made it. All right, Chiefs survived.
That's all they do is survive.
That's true, but I still am terrified to face that team in the Super Bowl.
Mm. They got a history.
Let's see. Bears are driving. They're in field goal range. They're about to spike the ball.
Okay.
All right. Game tying field goal attempt coming up for the Bears. This is exciting.
Yeah.
It's Sunday football.
All right.
Any plans for Thanksgiving for you?
You talk us through that let me know when they get lined up and ready to snap the ball. We'll hear it real time from with Doc Zay on the mic doing his best Dan Campbell or Dan Miller impersonation. Dan Campbell.
Oh, no one's as good as Dan Miller.
Yeah.
You know, I can try my best, but no one makes you feel things like Dan Miller does, you know?
Rick's living in the future. He's calling it a tie game.
Oh, he might be ahead of me. Here we go. Snap, hold, kick, not blocked. It's good. It's good. Overtime.
Yeah.
What a comeback.
That's awesome. Fantastic.
This was what, a 10-point game?
Yep.
A minute ago.
Yeah. All right.
Then, the commies lost today. That helps us out a little bit. We don't have to acknowledge who won for them to lose, but they lost.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that all day. All right, Zay, I'm gonna get going. A bunch of people are calling too. I shall keep my ears and eyes open on what's going to go down on this Bears game because I'm definitely interested in if the Bears can pull that out. What'd you have? What was your?
Absolutely. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey.
You got it, brother. You have a great holiday as well. Enjoy it, my man. Thank you, Zay.
You too.
All right, we'll see you, bro. All right, here we go. If you get another one here. Hey, caller, what's your name? How you feeling about the Bears right now?
Hey, Chris, what's going on? It's Joe from Grand Haven. God, are the Bears really in overtime right now?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I just started playing Madden, so I didn't even know that until I heard your update. But, holy shit!
Bananas.
I'm going to the Bears game actually on my birthday. December 22nd. So
nice.
I hope they win because I hope it's a meaningful game.
Wow. Yeah. No. Well, I have a feeling by the 22nd of December, it's not going to be meaningful in the way we think it needs to be. It'll be, we used to talk about playing meaningful games in December, but this is the other side where you want to start playing some meaningless games in December.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, me being in Grand Haven, want to jump over to Chicago. But I mean, I'd like meaningless games.
We've played plenty of them one way. Let's try to do it the other way now, right?
Yeah. What are you thinking about this? I mean, this was just like a statement win, right?
I feel like it. But I mean, the Colts they were 5-6 coming in, right? They were under 500. They're a strong team. Their defense is good. Their offense is kind of, we'll say, flustery. Their defense is tough though. They play tough, and to be able to go on the road against them and come out on top is huge. It would have been a bad loss. It would have been a bad loss. And it's kind of one of those games that a lot of teams will walk in and lose because they're just looking past it a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially with a short week coming against a division rival. It's easy to kind of think past a game like this. Carlton Davis. Have we heard any updates on Carlton Davis? I haven't seen anything yet.
No, we haven't yet. But just like the strength of what they just go out and do week in and week out, like that was just the easiest win you ever saw in your life.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And is it like, are we at that point right now, like 10-1, like, are we at that point where we're that team?
I think we are. It's interesting. I mean, we've got different perspectives on this. I feel like this was a tough game, but we crushed them by 18, right? And you're like, it was an easy win. I'm like, oh, God, it truly is the perspective of, sitting there. I think like I said, the stop and go with the commercials and the way the timeout for the quarters and everything fell, plus the injuries, it really made it strange for me, a strange game. And maybe a little bit of PTSD from Hutch getting hurt too, right?
Yeah, but if I can interject,
yeah.
I mean, are we at that point? We're talking right now. We are 10-1. Are we the best football team in football? And are we the sure-on favorites? Bet it if you got it responsibly. Are we the sure-on favorites to win the Super Bowl right now?
Yes, we are, and that's a problem. Let me give you this piece of news. Lucas, thank you, Lucasfilm. Davis passed the ACL test. He's reportedly on the bike on the sidelines as well. Are we the best team in the NFL? The favorites, yes. And the gambling houses, the sports books are really nervous because there's all the people that took the odds in the Lions before the season are going to really make it sting for them because they gave fat odds.
What's it right now? Is it 300?
I think the Lions are the favorites. Like I think right now the Lions are the favorites to win.
Plus 300, plus 350.
Yep. Hey, let's get Coach Campbell on. You okay with that?
Please.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, you can hang out. All right. Good talking to you too, boo. We'll see. All right, let's go. We're going to get Coach Campbell on right now.
And, that got us to 10. And, that was good. We came and did what we had to do. I thought that team fought. We knew they would. I think Shane and does a great job. I think Gus always has done a great job. Those defenses play hard. They're physical, and they never batted an eye. They ran it till the end and fought our ass. So credit to them. I would highlight our defense first. I mean, there again, this is, whatever it is, 10 quarters without allowing a touchdown. 3 last games in the second half, we're not allowing it. So, man, we are, we talk about all the time, limiting points, play physical style, shut down the run. We were able to do that. We knew Jonathan Taylor was going to be the guy we needed to shut down. We did that. They quarterback runs, they got us on a couple, but for overall, we did what we needed to do, and we kept them out of that game. Offense, so much of it was really the way it went down early in the game. We were able to kind of get that lead. 2 of those drives went down and scored touchdowns, which was big, and then just kind of kept them at arm's length to where they couldn't quite get to us. And a lot of that was field position. We talked about going in the game. Field position was going to be big. We were going to lean on Jack Fox, and boy, he came through for us. What a monster day, pinning those guys inside the 20 numerous times. So overall team effort, good win. That's 10, and now we got to get ready for Chicago in a short week back home.
Just what about the red zone? You guys I think you've been great all year. You're defensively in the red zone. Those were actually 2 key stops in the game. Just what's it been about that part of your defense, that short area that's been really so good this year?
Well, look, when you talk about good red zone offenses, they run the ball. The red zone offenses that are probably top 5, all of them can run the football, and that's what you have to be able to do, and then you can play past all that. We shut down the run. We're really good at shutting down the run. So it starts there, but the amount of detail that goes into what we do, AG every week, the plan is good. It's something we talk about. It's something we preach. We know it's got to be part of our DNA. No different than stopping the run is not allowing points, which means you better be good in the red zone. So I think it's all encompassing. Coaches do a great job. And then our guys are they're taking it to heart, and we're applying pressure,
Lull Bears or Lull Bearsing.
Well, look, there is nothing easy about that, and you get so many reps live during the week, and I say live, it's not like we're tackling, but full speed to get a look at it. And then you get in there, you gain the numbers back when the quarterback's a runner, right? You get a 1-for-1. There is no more extra man in the box, things like that. So if one person misfits the run, you get hurt. And, that happened early in the game. Just a couple, one play here, one player here, one player here. We didn't quite fit it right, and all of a sudden they're on you. And they get it, he gets a 10-yard run, explosive run, something like that. So once we kind of calm down, talk about it, this is what we got to do. We were able to settle down and get it done, get it taken care of. And so it was really as simple as that, man. Just handling your business. It doesn't mean there's anything easy about it. I mean, this guy's a load. And with Jonathan back there, with the option of that and then his ability to push it down the field, we, did what we had to do. So, we asked a lot of our defense today, and they did a great job.
You can hear him just get so excited when he gets to talk like ball. He gets really amped up. It's awesome. Just, God, a coach that loves ball this much.
Look, I do think there again, it starts with AG and that staff, and then those players, man. We've been around each other long enough. They've been around each other to know exactly what we're looking for. We have an identity about us. We know the critical factors as it pertains to winning, and those guys take that stuff serious. And so, and we take next man up serious. Those guys know. It's why we, in practice, those guys get real reps. We don't just not let some of the next man up get in there and get real reps with our guys, and that's what we've been able to do. And then I think we play pretty complimentary, football, really. It's and I think that's a sign of a pretty good team is when defense needs it, the offense shows up and vice versa. And special teams is the great counterbalance for us and has really helped us out when we need it. So, it's just we're playing good defense right now. And look, I would say that we got a bunch of guys that are, they're pretty gritty guys, man. They play hard. They run, they hit. They're pretty smart guys.
Pretty smart.
And they do what we ask them to do, and they go all out doing it. So normally you'll always have a chance to play pretty good when you have guys that'll do that.
I love how he says, "I'll stop the run, no brag, no boast." PK Jr. Just like
I will beat your ass.
Straight.
Yeah, I mean we'll see. So much of this, I'm not going to know really. The four, obviously Leaf and Dave Montgomery, Deck was able to come back out, but then we pulled him again late. And Carlton, so, I don't know. I feel okay about three of those guys. Leaf could be a little bit more serious, but even with that doesn't mean any of those guys are going to be ready for Thursday. So I just don't know. So yeah, it'll. But look, I don't know Chicago's deal yet. I don't know what they're dealing with, but I'm sure they've got injuries. Everybody's got them, and the league doesn't care. They do the schedule, and we play this, and we roll. And then 7 days later we got Green Bay. So be it, man. And that's the way it rolls. And we'll be ready. We'll have our unit ready to go Thursday, back home, Thanksgiving, division opponent, and we'll be locked in and ready to roll.
You guys are really more successful on third and medium and long rushes. I think better than anybody in the league at it. Like, how do you know when to pull that trigger, even when teams kind of expect that from you guys?
I just look. I give Ben a lot of credit. Ben looks at a number of things. As it pertains to that run and pass and what gives us the best chance to have success, and I think it kind of starts there, and that's another one of those things. It's a mentality, It's kind of one of the things we do here, and if we really believe we can do it and get it, we'll do it, and it's really not just a throwaway for us. Like we really believe if we're going to call it on 3rd and 7, we're going to get the first or 3rd and 8 or whatever it is. I mean that's. But it's been good for us. It's a curveball, right? It's a changeup, and so it's paying dividends for us.
God, their audio sucks. Somebody's kind of missed on ground.
You might not even take time to think about that. You started 10-1 first time in 90 years. What does that mean?
Yeah, I think we're so locked in and the here and now, and that it's hard to it's a little bit like last year, man. You get through it, and then maybe you can take a breath and turn around and look behind you and see what you did. But right now, we're just going. We're rolling. The one that I was, because I did read this morning, was about, wins on the road. And I don't know what we are, 5-0, 6-0 this year, or whatever. But it gave me a flashback to 22, and at that point we were 0-11-1 on the road, 0-11-1, and just thinking about that, and now I think we're 16-5 since then, and just that group of guys. I said something in the locker room about it, and looking at Goff and Frank and Deck and Sewell and Liam and St, and it's like, man, you remember that. But all of those guys are responsible for the flip. Everybody that's in that locker room is responsible for it, and it says a lot. If you can win on the road, you're normally a pretty damn good team, and we can win on the road. And anyway, we're in a good place, and we're just playing ball, trying to get the next win, and this one is going to be huge. The division opponent, it's a big one. You can sit around here and it's great, win another, we're all happy, but you lose the division game, and all of a sudden, man. It doesn't feel real good, and Minnesota and Green Bay are just sitting right there, and Chicago's not out of this either. So, this is a big week. Yeah, I don't feel like that was. I guess I didn't put really any stock in it, Dave. I didn't. That doesn't shock me. Like, I think he could take a load, like David can. And no matter if you didn't have one or the other, you're still gonna use somebody just to kind of take some of the load off of those guys. But I thought he did a good job, man. Those were some hard yards he got in there, and so that was good to see. But I'm not surprised. I'm really not. Okay. Really?
5 minutes left.
Wow.
There you go. Oh, no one quite takes a load like. All right, let's see what we got going on. We'll pick up some calls here. Let's see what we can grab. Hey, caller, what's your name? How you feel after hearing Coach Campbell do his post-game presser? You there, brother? Sister? Person? Yeah. There you go. Hey, hello? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Another gritty win.
That's the best kind, right?
You gotta love this team.
Yeah. It's inspirational to watch these guys come out there and do it like that over and over and over through the injuries, everything. They never give it back.
Their defense is decimated, and they hold them to 6 points. What do you say about this? The offense, these guys are playing for their lives at home, and we still trounced them 18 points.
100%.
You got to love this team.
Yeah. Now, Coach was talking about taking a load in the backfield. Would you take the load for MCDC? Would you take MCDC's load?
Absolutely. I'll carry the weight. You know what? They are just so. This is not only are they great, they're just so fun to watch. And Goff, all this thing about he's being a civilian, they don't understand that. First of all, being a quarterback in the NFL is the hardest position of any sport. You got these monsters coming at you. You're viewing this field that's like chaotic, and to find the right guy, Jared Goff's superpower is reading defense. It's a mental part of the game, and maybe he's not the most physically gifted guy. Mentally, he smokes all these other guys.
Yeah.
That goes unsaid because he knows how to read the defense. The great quarterbacks, Brady, Rodgers, when they're throwing the ball, it looks like they're playing against like 9 guys on defense. They just find the open guy. It's like, how do they do that all the time? It's because they're mentally. It's a mental game, and Goff is proving that. Anyway,
there's something about his there's the one thing he does differently, I think, than other quarterbacks is his ability just to say fuck it and live another day. Just throw the ball away.
Yeah.
Just toss it away. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care if it's third down. We have to punt. Right?
He's gotten better at that.
Oh, he's fantastic. I don't know another quarterback I see that will just throw the ball in the dirt at the feet near a receiver that because it's a broken play and there's no chance, and he'll do it on third down if he has to. And I think that's part of what's keeping this this team together, and from a point scoring perspective, right? You don't give any balls to the defense until after the game, and then and you continue just to you take only the good plays that they're gonna materialize in the way you want them to. It's super smart, super efficient, and again, to have the wherewithal and the maturity to be able to just throw it away on third down and say we'll punt, we'll be back on the next possession because we trust our defense. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's total confidence in the whole team.
Yeah. Yes, this
That's
is
what it is because.
Okay. Go ahead, bud.
It's like, okay, we didn't get it now. We'll get it. We'll get it the next time. They're just amazing. I mean, and they add to their 18 points to their margin of victory, which is like gaudy. This gaudy margin of victory.
It's
they
incredible.
Just keep fucking piling it on.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just like I said. They're amazing.
It is.
This team, they were motivated. It's like they're fighting for their lives here at home, and we just like the first. I think the first drive was key. They drove it down. They drove it down, and then when push comes to shove, field goal. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, is that all you got? Okay.
Well, it was half
guys.
Of what they had.
Sorry, guys. You got to do better than that.
Well, and you think about it, and the intensity
you're
and the
drive
intelligence.
It down to our 3-yard line and not score. Suck on it.
The intensity and the intelligence that these guys play with. I'm thinking of Monty, that touchdown where I think his knee might have touched the ground, right? Nope. He just rolled across the defender, kept everything up off the ground and right into the end zone. It was fantastic. It was like, it's that kind of play and that little bit of extra that you're getting from every single player on every single play.
Yeah.
And I think that truly is the difference, man.
Well, the unity of this team, I've said it before. I played football for my entire younger adult life. I've never seen a team that is together, that is as selfless, that it's like the guys, they don't get passed to them. What do? They block their fucking asses off. That's what makes it. The wide receivers, are out there putting their ass on the line for their teammates. It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah,
it really is.
It truly is. It truly is.
And you know what? And it's like, a lot of things can happen, and who knows? Right now, they're Super Bowl bound. But a lot of things can happen. They got some tough games. They got the Bears at home. They got Minnesota in the last game. They got the Niners. They got the Bills. These are some tough games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows? But so far, they are just they're amazing.
Absolutely.
They're the most, not only the best team, they're so fun to watch. Today they didn't really pull out any of these trick plays or anything. They just played, old school football, and what can I say? In the meantime, I'm a gunslinger. It's still I'm not getting the the whatchamacallit, the Patreon is not working for me. I won't hold you up any longer. Maybe I'll DM you.
Yeah, please do.
We can figure it out. Because I get none of the old, I'd like to go over the old. I re-listen to these things because it's so fun just to hear the people and your guys' analysis post-game. I get none of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll let someone else come on. Anyway,
Definitely
you guys
DM
do
me,
a
brother.
Great job.
Thank you.
This team is amazing, and it's amazing. It's just so much fun.
Appreciate you, brother. And
so
please
exciting.
do
Man.
DM me, man. Okay.
Okay, but
All right. We'll see you.
okay, go Lions, man.
Go Lions,
Bye.
man. Ciao. All right. There you go. We'll get another caller in here. Try to handle all that stuff. Let's see, Michelle. We need that Hims rock hard player of the game. If you can bring him home for us. Hey, caller, how you doing? How you feeling after this big win for the Detroit Lions?
It's Mo from the creek, baby. I'm always good, baby.
How you doing, Mo? It's so good to hear your voice, brother. Every time I hear your voice, I know we won.
Hey, I come through, win or loss. I'm still coming through for you.
Well, it's always a win when we're talking to you.
Solo today too.
Yeah, solo without Ash. My guy got sick with like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He's like, bro, my insides are coming out. I can't do it. I'm like, oh shit. All right, we'll figure it out. So we'll do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So Mo, let's break this down. First off,
man. Great win.
You're looking at this game through blurry eyes. No. Do you keep yourself like I keep myself a nice TheraTears right here, that no sponsor. I keep the dry eye therapy close. I mean, do you keep yourself a nice bottle of eye drops handy to keep that little sandpaper out of there?
Well, no eye drops, but good edible and an old fashioned and keep me nice and right. So
keep you warm.
I ain't I'm not looking at two screens or nothing, I'm still focused, baby.
Oh, you got the one eye closed model?
Yeah. All right.
You can't
put me in. They put me in on fourth down. That's how strong I be feeling.
Mo, you can't tell me you haven't seen two screens during Lions games previously.
What are we saying here? What do we get to here?
There's been some games that drove you too far, we'll say.
Well, I guess the 52-point games, I guess when we get up in the 40s, I guess now I can take it to another level, baby.
If they can take it to another level, so could I.
But it's glorious. It's glorious. I'm glad to be celebrating on this end of the fence rather than the other side.
Man, I mean, talk about it. This is... It's unreal, right? It's absolutely unreal as a Lions fan for this to be happening.
Right.
I just don't know how. I don't know what to do with my hands. That whole thing. It's just really strange and surrealistic. I don't know.
This is not a dream. This is for real. If only they could put this in. If only Doc and Marty McFly would have gave us this for a warning, that Lions fans will eventually start winning.
Well, it's like and I hate to look ahead like this because there's a lot. I mean, like our last call I was talking about, there's some tough games ahead, but I mean, can you imagine if this team does go through and win this? I mean, it's a Cinderella story, 3-year turnaround all the way to the Super Bowl, bro. Holy cow.
Right. Yeah, it's so good. It's almost scary. It's like, man, please don't be that team that crushes the regular season and then get to the playoffs and act like we don't know how to play. But I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna plow right on through, baby. We're gonna plow right on through.
Yeah. We're either gonna plow or get plowed, right?
Right.
Oh man, I'm thinking
like a pound of snow, baby.
Yeah.
We're still talking about football here.
I was gonna say there's a couple meetings there. Shit. I was back to the Mow the Creek meeting, but I think somebody's got a blade on the front.
It's dry snitching on me. Hey man, but look here, it's so crazy that you tune in every week to you just expect a W. It's so weird. You know, remember back in the day we turned it on just out of the faithfulness of our heart, but we're just gonna find some way to F it up and lose. But this is a whole different mindset this time.
It is, man. It really is. It feels like a dream. It just feels like a dream. And if they could do it, you know what I mean? I mean, like I keep talking about the Bills game. I'm stoked to go. It's a big weekend, friend's wedding and that, and like a whole bunch of other stuff going on.
Okay.
And I wound up getting really, really good seats behind the bench for the game, and I'm just like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's so cool. And then to have it be like one of the, like a year like this, it's one of those years where you can't not go to a game, right? Because if they go and pull out that Super Bowl, you gotta say
the fact that you even got tickets to that game is amazing, and good tickets at that is amazing.
Well, I have to leave my firstborn behind, but it's okay. Invest all that money in him, and just about when he's about to turn it around, now I gotta. But you gotta give up some stuff for the stuff. So.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta look out for you sometimes. So it's all good.
That's right. I gave him enough. He's got 20 years of good. It's on him now.
Yeah. Yeah. The wedding's not on the Sunday, is it?
Oh no! And then they may flex that game to Monday too. Have you heard that?
Oh, okay. I forgot about the whole flex thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to put the Lions in prime time.
yeah, which I'm okay with. I mean, it's all right. I'm going. I don't care when. I'm just going to be there. All right. So what do you think?
Right.
We got only a couple days. We got injuries. It sounds like Leaf is going to miss some time. The other guys, Decker and the rest of the guys, it sounds like they should be able to go on Thursday, just out of sheer doggedness. And
I saw Monty put the shoulder pads back on, so I thought he was all good.
Then Gibbs went out and put down them yards and said, "Why don't you just rest?"
Right.
No need to risk anything right now, Monty. Have a seat. Yeah.
Look, we so gritty that we hurting ourselves. Like, tone it back, guys. Tone it back.
Oh man. Yeah,
and
for
I
sure.
was glad to see LaPorta is back in the lineup. I had to put him back in my fantasy lineup, so he got me some points.
Nice. All right, hey Mo.
But yeah, we've been.
Go ahead and finish up.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we banged up, but we should be good for Thursday to get that turducken.
Oh boy, yeah, that's a big one. I would absolutely, national TV. This is a big one for this team. I mean, the line. I guess the Bears just got spankified on overtime, so did Bears things.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be. I mean, my hope is, and I hate to say it for the kid, but I hope that they absolutely break Caleb. They just break him. You know what I mean? Tear any hope at any kind of freaking confidence right out of his soul, and
make him rethink his career choices.
Yeah, exactly. Start looking for that freaking announcing contract. I think I'm a color commentator. You see my nails? I got all the colors. Oh
just
man,
breaking somebody's will.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, baby. I'm with you.
we've seen it. If you I don't know if you watch MMA at all, but if you watch that, you can watch like someone break somebody else down throughout a course of a couple rounds. I feel like that's what the Bears are doing to him, and a nice just curb stomping it on Thanksgiving on national television. God, I love that idea. I love that idea.
I can see it happen. I can see it happening. And that would be all so glorious for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh man, a turkey just tastes that much better. Oh. All right, Mo. I got Jared Goff on the podium. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in, and I'm going to let you go. Is it you all right? You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Definitely good talking with you.
All right, brother. Be good. We love you, Mo.
You too, man.
All right, we'll see you. All right. Got Mo from the creek, and we got now some Jared Goff. Let's how do I make all these things work? It's a little harder when you're by yourself. Okay, we got this. There we go.
All right. Yeah, they're playing pretty dang good right now. Obviously, what they've been doing the last two games has been pretty impressive, and I think even going back to this Houston second half, right? Like I don't think they have a lot of touchdown, and it's pretty tough to do. And they're playing good ball, and they sure tighten up in the red zone and haven't let anyone score in quite some time.
Sound like he's reading the script.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's great. He's just a great ball player. He just does the right thing over and over and over again. And yeah, he's a big body. He's got great hands. He catches the ball away from his body. So in traffic, I trust him. You know, I know I can throw it in there, and he's going to go grab it. And had a few good ones today.
Do you have thoughts on Amon-Ra, the backup?
Do I have thoughts on it? Not really. I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, I thought he did fine today.
You guys have relied so much on both kids and Montgomery all season long, and obviously when Monty went out late.
Yeah.
For Gibbs to be able to step up like that,
yeah.
Carries 9 yards, a couple touchdowns. How nice is it just to have two guys?
Yeah.
That you can just really rely on?
We got two bell cows, and it's rare. You know, we do. We have two guys that you can hand the ball to a ton, and like you said, one of them goes down there for a little bit, and the other guy steps up, and it'll happen. You know, both ways throughout the year. So we're lucky to have both of them, and they do a hell of a job.
I know we think you guys done that, but third and long, most teams pass.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think in those situations, we're typically thinking that we're going to go for it on fourth down anyway. So we're feeling pretty confident they're going to call one of their third down calls, and our run should be pretty good. And at the very least, we'll get into fourth and short and go for it. So gives us a chance to do exactly what we did, where you can pop a run for 15 plus yards. And yeah, it's rare to be able to do that and have two backs, like I said, that can kind of do that.
What fuels that confidence to know that you are probably going to go for it on fourth? Is it the play calling? Is it just the offensive success?
When he calls that play, I'm pretty sure. Now, if we go negative and it's a negative run, we'll kick a field goal. But when he calls a run in that situation, I think we all kind of know, all right, we got two downs. It becomes almost 2nd and 8 in our head instead of 3rd and 8, and we just play it like that.
You guys are indeed on the road and you have a pretty good streak going. You're a good team, obviously, but is there something else that pushes you guys to win on the road, or do you feel like you're not even playing road games?
Yeah, that's a good point. No, I do think we come together on the road. We're road warriors, and Dan said it in there. You know, he was talking about all the way back to the first road game we won here, which was at Chicago in 22, I believe, because we didn't win one the whole first year. And since then, I think he said we're 16-5 since then, which is so dang impressive. And we are road warriors. We love it. We come together on the road. We are us against the world mentality. And then, like you said, it's fun when we can get our own fans here. And the way they show out, it's really unbelievable. They do a hell of a job. Yeah, it's pretty dang cool on the road for regardless of them doing my chant or anything, like they're it's awesome to have a fan base that travels and makes a difference on the road. And I think I was thinking about this recently. Like, our fans don't just go to the game; like they go to the game to affect the game, and certainly do that at home. And then even today on the road, and I go back to Houston, in Arizona, like they show up to change the game, to affect the game, and they take it on themselves, and we love it. We love it. But yeah, the love they show me and the love they show our team is something I'll never take for granted.
For you with Thanksgiving game on Thursday, the next 24 hours for
Yeah, I'll get onto that tape pretty quickly. Probably tonight, and get moving on them. And our coaching staff will get some stuff together for us by tomorrow morning, hopefully, and we'll get moving.
Got a couple more guys from Boston who've done, obviously, but the 10 wins back-to-back 10 wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been from where you were in 21 to now back-to-back 10 win seasons.
Yeah, pretty cool, really cool. Obviously, like you said, the turnaround has been awesome, and we're excited, but by no means are we satisfied and complacent. And know what we're doing is good right now, but got another big test this week against a division team and at home, and I think we have this Thanksgiving thing where we haven't won on Thanksgiving in a while, and that's something we want to change. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the getting things organized and then calming down and making sure you get the play off?
Yeah, there's a little bit of chaos going on in the huddle, trying to figure out who was where. But yeah, Ben called a screen, which made it easy for the backside of the play to kind of. They knew what they were doing, and then Skipper came in, and we went on from there. But yeah, we've got our guys settled in nicely once that happened, and it was a little bit of chaos there for a second. Yeah. I don't know what it was. It was just a screen, so I think he did fine. I don't think he wants to stay out there, but he did a good job. Good. Thanks, guys. Yep.
All right, there we go. Jared Goff on the podium. That'll be it for the podium for the day. So we got Goff and we got Coach Campbell. That's good stuff. We'll go back to the phones, and while we do, we'll quickly give you this update of, hey, it's the holiday season, and my balls need squeezing. But since you're busy, why don't you go to Amazon.DetroitLionsPodcast.com, Amazon.DetroitLionsPodcast.com. You head on over there. You find all those great things shipped directly to your house, especially with the Prime, really fast shipping, free, that whole thing. And you know what? When you use Amazon.DetroitLionsPodcast.com to get there, you don't see anything. It just pushes you right through, but it puts a little cookie in there, and they give us a kickback. It doesn't cost you any more. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and it actually is a little way to get a little kickback, take a little couple of those bucks out of Bezos' pocket and slide it over to your favorite podcast and help us do the stuff that we do over here every week. All right, let's see if we can get a caller on right now. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink so far?
I've had to drink just the right amount. This is Big Wes here calling in again.
Wes, how you doing, man?
Good. Great after today's game. It's looking good. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to see Mosley in there instead of Vildor. Vildor, to me, just isn't getting it done. Good special teams player, but he's not a cornerback.
Well, what is he? Is he 3, 4, or 5 on the depth chart?
Well, apparently he's 3 because he got the start today, but I think he's going to drop to 4 or 5 after this. And Dorsey isn't very good either. I was disappointed Mosley didn't get a shot. Maybe he's not quite 100%. I don't know.
I have a feeling that's the case. Because with what we saw today, I think they very quickly would have put Mosley in if he was ready to play. It's too bad. Vildor's a guy that he's one of these guys, and I would have thought Jerry Jacobs would have gotten an opportunity like this. One of those guys that was here when we were almost there. You know what I mean? And they're kind of fringe players on a roster. Vildor would start somewhere else. Like he would start in a couple franchises. But we just have so much quality. We've drafted so well the talent that we have on this team that he's a backup. And unfortunately, cornerbacks are one of those positions that seem to get injured quite a bit in the NFL. And you start digging up deep to find those guys. And we got Vildor starting, and they wanted to pick on him. It's, I think, something that they learned probably from the NFC Championship game last year and watched the Niners just abuse the shit out of him. And I think that's probably what most teams have on tape right now. Lions are a man, especially now. Lions are a man team, and if you've got Vildor out there, just abuse the shit out of him because he's just not quite. He's a zone guy. He's a lot better in zone than he is in man.
I agree with you 100%, but I mean, I understand why Vildor is on the roster. He's an outstanding special teams player.
Yeah.
Very good coverage on special teams. But to me, he doesn't have it. I mean, if anything, I would try putting a Meek outside and let Mosley play in the slot if you have to, too, because he was probably going to win that spot in the preseason. I was maybe Mosley isn't 100% though, like you said. I don't know.
It has to be it. And as what do we got? Someone said I want to give him credit. There it is. Doxey. You got to take it easy with Mosley. He hasn't played meaningful football in a long time, so I think it's a really good point about bringing a guy back.
I agree. I was a little disappointed Broderick Martin didn't get a shot today too, but maybe they don't think he's quite ready. I don't know. Yeah,
Bromart's a guy I'd like to see. I want to see what he has, right? What are we in year 2 of his contract now? Year 2. So it's time to start seeing him show up. Absolutely next year, my guy has to be starting. And I don't think he's going to be able to make that leap unless he gets some time on the line this year. But for God's sakes, I don't want him to get time because somebody's hurt. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we got to play 3 games in 11 days, and we got like 3 more guys injured today. But we'll see who's healthy on Thursday. Hopefully, we got a cornerback that can start out there. I don't know. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like Terrion will be there. I think we'll have Terrion will be back, and we'll be rocking again.
Yeah, but what about Carlton Davis? Looked a little banged up too. He's already got a broken thumb, and he went out today holding his knee. But then he came back in. So I don't know. He's gonna start walking around like Igor from what was that? Yeah, exactly.
It looked like maybe it was a cramp or something. It looked like in the moment it looked like holy shit, is that an ACL? Because he looked like he felt like something snapped. Like his face was like pretty unhappy, but he was back. He was on the bike. He was moving. So, I mean, he potentially, with as little as we know, he potentially could even be back on Thursday.
I hope so, because God help us if we have Vildor and Dorsey out there.
Yeah. Can I just really quick, 2 things. I want to give some love to Branch again, because he's one of the sexiest men on that field in how he plays and looks. He's just so smooth. There seems to be something about refs wanting to throw flags on him, but like he led with his shoulder, but I think he's kind of got a reputation, and I think the refs are looking for anything close to that now, as far as throwing flags on him. So that's tough. That's tough for him. I also want to give a little juice to Ja Gibbs for the turnaround, slow walk, dog talk his way into the end zone. Having Bates as your kicker, it's like, okay, well, we got to make a 48-yard field goal for the extra point, thanks to that. But it's kind of nice. It was kind of nice to see him just throwing some fucking jaw jacking at the defender as he rolled it in. But you know, the magic of that play was the speed with which he got outside. And then once he was outside and beat everybody, he kind of turned around. He's like he's backpedaling in. It was great. It was so great. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you see. Massive skill, overpower another team, and then you get to fuck around a little bit. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous that Branch got called for a penalty on that hit. The guy was still in bounds when he hit him. It was a clean hit to me. He hit him. He led with his shoulder. Mm-hmm. He didn't hit him in the head. Like, I thought it was ridiculous, that call.
Well, their heads hit, but he led with his shoulder, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
So I don't see that as a penalty at all. I think it was incidental contact with the heads. He didn't lead with his head. He led with his shoulder. I think that he's got a target on his back with the officials right now because of some of the hits earlier in the season where he did lead with his head and hit other players in the head. But, you know, what are you going to do?
They're probably going to fine him, and then they're going to fine Gibbs, too, for the celebration. There will be 2 more fines this week.
Yeah, we need to do some kind of fan fund. Fine fund. Because the team can't do anything, right? Because then that would go against the cap. But maybe find a way to, I don't know if we support their charities by raising money for, you know, each player, whoever gets fines on the team, we raise the money in donations, and we donate the money to their favorite charity in their name.
Then the NFL will make a rule against that too.
Cool. I would love them to make a rule against that. Go ahead and make a rule against giving money to charity. Try it, Grinchy.
Exactly. All right, I'll let you get some more callers in there, Chris. Thanks for talking.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, Wes. We'll see you. All right, there we go. We got Wes out there. All right, so keep going, rocking the callers. Hey, caller, what's your name? How you feeling after today's big win over the Indianapolis Colts?
The name is Riley O'Brien.
Riley, how you doing, brother?
I am so good, man. I'm so happy. It's so good to jump on with you guys. How are you guys doing?
Oh, all I can say.
Welcome to Detroit.
I love it, bro. It's good. We're doing well.
Man. How you doing, Ash?
Ash is out. He's sick today. He hit me up at like 6 minutes. He's like, dude, my insides are coming out right now. I can't do the show. And I'm like, all right, no, we got you.
I just barely left my friend's house watching the game, and I turned on the show, and I was like, let me just try this. So I barely caught the tail end of the last call. So you're just running it yourself today, huh, Chris?
Yeah, it's all me.
That's awesome, man. What a game, man. It's so crazy that this team, there was like, at no point did it feel at all like the game was up in the balance. The stadium was quiet outside of the Lions fans. It's just crazy that this team just imposes their will over and over and in different ways. Never felt like that game was like, it felt like halfway through the second quarter, I'm like, dude, the Lions have this game won. They're going to win this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear they had they isolated the audio from Gibbs mouthing off as he was backing into the end zone? Did you hear that?
I did not hear that. I just caught, like I said, the tail end of the call that we're just on. Love the attitude and the energy, but no, I did not. I did not hear that. Do you have a sound clip for me or something?
Yeah, I do. Check it out. Like so they were able to isolate this from the crowd noise.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
I love that
quote. And leave it to Chris from the Detroit Lions podcast to be able to source that and have it ready to use in such a quick turnaround. Nobody does this better than you do it, Chris. It's just phenomenal.
Appreciate that, Riley. I do. I genuinely do, man. You're awesome, and appreciate all your support.
You bet, man. Hope Ash is feeling better. Go Lions. Love the season we're on. Now we just got to go win on Thanksgiving. I don't know, when did we last win on Thanksgiving?
I don't remember. It's a sad state. I don't remember when our last win was on Thanksgiving.
Well, let's go get 11 on. Let's go get number 11 on Thursday. Love you, man.
All right, love you too, brother. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks.
We'll see you, Riley. All right, Riley. Oh, Brian. All right, we got you. Good times. All right, so Detroit Lions win today against the Indianapolis Colts. Couple of, things that were a lot different than we thought. Number one in receptions. My guy, Jameson Williams. Didn't expect that. Usually it's Amon-Ra you would expect. Tim Patrick with 55 yards and 4 catches today. Tim Patrick is slowly stepping up and finding his place in this team and finding his position in this offense. And I love what he's given. Tim Patrick seems to have something that has been unique to Detroit players and the greats of Detroit. It's this very quiet, do it, get it done, and move on to the next one mentality. He makes these catches. He had the one big one today, nice fat run afterward, head out of bounds, and then just put it down and kind of trotted back to the huddle. Like there's a certain amount of class in that and a certain amount of swag that comes with this. It was beautiful to see how he's fitting and how he's fitting into this offense and finding his way. He's a guy that had so much promise and never seemed to be able to find a way to put it together. Really loving what we're getting out of Tim Patrick already. I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a game before the end of this season where he is the number one receiver, and it's not because of bad news from other places. I think he's going to have a breakout game some point this year, and I absolutely love that. Oh, man. All right, so there we go. We got that going on. We'll take some more calls. Give us a ring at 248-782 8384 if you'd like to join me solo run on the show. Brock Wright, 12 yards. So let me just start here. We had 3, 4, 5 receivers or players with a better than an average or better than 12 yards per reception average. You got Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tim Patrick, David Montgomery, and Brock Wright, all with a 12 or better yards per catch average. That's incredible. Oh, that is incredible. Yeah, Steve-O. Lions should hire Chris to do the post-game show. That'd be fun. I'd enjoy that. I think I could clean up my language and make the dick jokes go away. I don't know. They'd want that, but they probably would. They're a class act. Let's see. We got Steve-O. Tim Patrick is an asset. He blocks and makes big catches, and there's no doubt about all that. Hey, caller, what's your name and how you feeling about the big win today?
Hey, Chris, Jim from the Flag. How you doing, man?
Hey, good. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. Hey, first time calling in. I actually was really happy with just how the O-line pulled together when everything was complete chaos, and you have Leaf go out, Decker go out, Demo goes out, and I think it was all that was within 10 plays, and they just kept chugging. I think they scored a touchdown on that drive, or at least maintained movement. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's something about them, right? Like when Coach said it today, we really believe in the next man up mentality. And it's people say it, teams say it, but they don't do it. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's just next man up. They say that and whatever. But this team, for some reason, has been able to truly capture that mentality where the next man up is the man that was there before. Like how they do it, how they can put this together it's a testament to Brad Holmes' savviness, his football knowledge, and frankly to Dan Campbell and the rest of the coaching staff's ability to coach these guys up. I will forever sing the praises of Hank Fraley. He is an absolutely fantastic coach. I saw it firsthand. It was like 2019 at the Senior Bowl. Saw him, and I was like, "Holy shit, this guy is special." He has the mojo to teach as a coach, right? He's a true teacher.
He was the one guy that off that Patricia staff that you just go no, you cannot lose him. That was in a main position. Obviously, we didn't know anything about Ben Johnson at that point.
Yep.
But you go you can't lose Hank. Please re-sign him. This O-line is the one saving grace that this team has to put anything on this field. And obviously, at the time, I don't remember who the right tackle is, and you got just Ragnow and Decker, but you're holding on for dear life at the point. I think in 2019, but he's just so good, and to retain him, and hopefully, I know you had mentioned months ago about the position coaches pay and that kind of stuff. Hopefully they've worked all that stuff out, because I'd love to see these guys continue, especially if Ben Johnson doesn't end up leaving in the off season. So
yeah. This is something. Did Mike Martz ever actually coach in the NFL? I was thinking about this. I think he did. But I was thinking about this when they were comparing the Lions offense to the greatest show on turf from a quarter century ago. Mike Martz, I think he interim coached, right?
Before we hired him, I think he had one. Was it one? Did he come over as a straight OC? I don't really remember.
Yeah, I think he came. I gotta look. Offensive coordinator, head coach for the Rams, but yeah, for 2000 to 2005. Okay, so he did. But he was offensive coordinator there first. I don't know, and then he went back to offensive coordinator It
wouldn't surprise me though, because I obviously that what that offense did is incredible, but I mean, Warner did it with two separate teams. There's something special about Warner, and then they just happen to have all the pieces plus a Marshall Faulk, which when we drafted Javid Best, I thought we got our Marshall Faulk.
Right.
And now with Gibbs, I don't necessarily I think he's different in a lot of ways than Marshall Faulk, but you have that game breaking balance and the ability to see the hole and get open on the side and over the middle. And I I think he does it differently than both of those guys, but like Gibbs is definitely that guy that kind of like makes the whole thing kind of churn when they're moving at their best because he's such a threat.
Yeah.
And JMO does that on the top, and Demo is just like your steady kind of like, the almost like the bass drum, like he just kind of like steady rhythm, like you're going to get 3 to 6 yards on every carry, and then every so often he goes for 12 to 15 or 70.
Right.
So they just don't miss. But Mike Martz, like looking back, like all the way back then, like what they had was really just guys that were like always in the right position. Like I don't even think like Isaac Bruce and Hakeem and all those guys were just always doing what they were supposed to do in a very complicated scheme. And Mike Martz couldn't replicate it here with Roy Williams and Mike Williams and I don't know, throw whatever you want at it. Like they just didn't. Like Charles Rogers couldn't stay healthy. Whatever it was,
But this is kind of where I'm going with it. What my thinking is, he was a guy, and we got it cleared up here. Thank you, answer 14. Martz picked up after Dick Vermeil in the Rams and coached for like 3 or 4 years there after that. But he that's his head coaching. Like he was head coach after somebody left, and he ascended to that from the offensive coordinator position, right? That very well might be the run that Ben Johnson's after. Maybe he doesn't want to go anywhere else. Maybe he loves what he has here. Maybe he's happy here, right? I don't know. I don't know. I think Aaron Glenn has the itch a little bit more to go kind of get that big job. I don't know, but there's something to be said for being, very happy where you live, very happy with the organization. I mean, it's not that they're not backing up the trucks to pay these guys, and I'm sure they'll continue to as they continue to succeed. Why would you run away from that? You know what I mean? For more pain potentially.
The best thing that I saw all day today was Aaron Glenn sitting on the sidelines, just straight chilling. Like, I've done a lot with just endless amounts of injuries today. Today has been complicated, but I've made it happen.
Yeah. I think it's interesting.
Like, he earned that rest. He should have had a beer on the sidelines, honestly. Someone should have cracked something open for him.
Him with a big blunt hanging out of his mouth.
It was really a Thug Life look with the sunglasses and everything.
You get Mo from the creek over there feeding him edibles.
I'm all for him taking over as weed dispenser / water boy.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like if we'd have had Mo over there in the medical tent, I have a feeling even Leaf would have been back on the field.
I know your foot hurts, but have you tried rubbing some of this salve on it? You won't feel much after about 45 minutes, but you're going to feel great until then.
Yeah. Oh, man, a lot of guys. Oh, boy. A lot of guys talking about the old Colts. I got super lucky and got to be on the Lions field within 5 feet of Torrey Holt as they were warming up on the side. It was so awesome.
Those Reggie Wayne, Torrey Holt, there was like a string of these from the Dick Vermeil coaching tree, and then Tony Dungy and what he had going on in Indianapolis, where you just go Peyton Manning, Kurt Warner, they can they just always know where guys are supposed to be. Yep. They have a fast release, and then they have wide receivers that if they have an inch, they're coming down with it. And they're not doing it in some big flashy way. They're just consistent.
Yep.
And I think that's what you have with Amon-Ra too, is he's just consistent. And you're seeing that now with JMO, where it's he's finding the gaps in the defense. He's got sure hands. He's making the plays when they're available. And then when he makes the play, also he just has 17 more gears than everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's you're kind of seeing that kind of turn. Although, I will say I'd like to see Goff and LaPorta get back onto what they were doing last year.
I think LaPorta's shoulder.
They're just missing.
I think LaPorta's shoulder and the missed time kind of put together. I think he's still nervous about the shoulder a little bit. It's not perfect. And
when they leg injury in the preseason, I think is a lot of it too, because you can just see him he just doesn't seem to the timing is off.
Yeah.
It seemed like the timing was off on the interception last week. The timing was off. Goff, I think, just missed him today. On the throw that was behind him.
Yep.
The throw that was high, got pressure in his face, and so he couldn't get over the top of it. So like that, I don't put that one necessarily on Goff as much, but like I just want to see them. Like they just seemed like they were a match made in heaven last year, and you had two of those guys with him and St. Brown. Where you just go like, oh, on every play, like one of these guys should be open, and it kind of feels like this year, like same thing, but it like other guys are also like available, and he's going. Tim Patrick is picking up a whole bunch, and Gibbs has been more involved out of the backfield. Like it's been an interesting kind of like evolution to the offense, I guess.
Yeah. And of course, the chants that never stop of our much beloved quarterback. Sorry, I just can't.
That's gonna be me next week. I'm flying up to Detroit with my old man to go see the game. First time since '07, and we're flying in on Thursday morning. Coming home on Friday morning because I got to work the week. I work every weekend, so I'm literally driving to work right now. So like,
dude, be careful. I heard they might flex. They might flex Thursday's game to Sunday.
Well, that would be awful.
No, I'm just teasing them. They'd never do that on a Thanksgiving game. Come on, bro.
They can't do it that quick. Not the Thanksgiving game. I'm sorry. I got 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's the game against the FTP.
Okay,
so.
Got it. It was still fun to fuck with you a little bit.
You scared me for that. I was like, wait, next week's Thanksgiving. I'm fucking up. Like, what? I haven't been drinking, I swear.
So no, that's awesome. So since you're 7 years old, you haven't been. You and your old man are flying in to go check out the game.
So actually, when I was 7, that was all the way back in the 1993 year. We were at the wild card game against the Packers. So you probably remember that one. Maybe Sterling Sharp and Brett Favre come to mind.
Yeah.
I was at that game at like 7 years old. It was the coldest I've ever been. Outside waiting for the buses to go from the parking lot at the old Silverdome.
Yeah.
And then you get inside, and the Silverdome is so loud, I think my ears are still ringing. And hopefully we have a better turnout this time, because I've been to 2 games, that one and '07 Redskins game, and both of them didn't go our way. So I hope I'm not a problem.
You're not a problem. Go and get your win. Have fun. And see, this is the thing. The Lions are shaking ghosts all over the place. Right, and they're clearing the haunt out of the house, and one of those ghosts is that you haven't seen a win yet, and you're gonna go enjoy one on Thursday against the Packers.
Wait. When my dad called and he goes like, "Hey, Merry Christmas! I bought tickets." I was like, "Okay, let's go."
That's awesome.
We're in. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So enjoy the game, my man. Have a good time and go get that win. And feel good about it. Call us afterwards and share the scent of victory.
It'll be great.
It'll be awesome. At least it's a home game. You won't get beat up on a bus.
I won't get on anybody's random buses out of town. Though, I promise.
That might be fun.
You know what? At least it'll be in Detroit, though. I'll be wearing the right colors.
Yeah. But I mean, just to hop into some tour bus and start. That would be kind of a fun comedy skit. Is to like get into like one of those kind of awkward, kind of make people feel gross, kind of jump on an opposing team's bus and just be oblivious, like making them angry the whole time. Absolutely fantastic.
Just a chant in the back of an opposing team's bus after they lost, and like destruction. Like,
come on, everybody, let's go Lions!
I just have a very punchable face, or at least that's what all my ex-wives tell me. I don't know.
Oh man, well, I wish you the best. Your ex-wives, they can, whatever.
I appreciate you, Chris. You guys are the best, man. Ash, I hope you feel better.
Oh, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in, my man.
Absolutely, guys.
All right. Have a good one. We'll talk to you. Good luck at the game.
Yep.
All right. There we go. Good times. Good times. Let's see. Packers are on their way to blowing out the 49ers. That sucks. The Colts wore blue today so they wouldn't be embarrassed by the number of Lions fans at the game. That's pretty interesting. And maybe true. So I'll tell you what, we'll if anyone else calls in, we'll pick that one up, but we'll get close here to wrapping up the show. Lions with a victory over the Indianapolis Colts, 24-6, taking their record to 10-1, leading the NFC, tied with the AFC lead. Best team in football, if not the best, one of the top teams in football for sure. But right now they just continue to win. They continue to win by large number of points. The points differential is far surpasses any other team in the league. Like nobody's even close. I'm working from memory. I think we were 110 plus points differential over our competitors. I think the next closest was like 35 or 37 points above their competition. We are just crushing the NFL. We are a team that is if we can survive the lack of luck that comes with injuries and the terrible timeliness that comes with injuries, if we can survive that ghost, this is a team that can absolutely go all the way and continue to make the city proud. So great win today. Great ball from Jared Goff. Played it safe. The run game solid, just solid again. Receivers, as I said earlier, multiple receivers, 5 receivers that have 12-yard or better average per catch, looking good. And then we can walk right on down for the defense, just kicking tail out there today. No sacks though. That's the one thing to notice. But with a mobile quarterback, that's kind of hard. Hey, caller, what's your name? How you feeling after the big Lions victory?
Hi, Chris. This is Levi's from Latvia. I'm feeling great.
Our Latvia Lion. Think about. I mean, it still blows my mind that I'm talking with somebody a third of the way around the world, somewhere 40%, something like that, from where we're at, watching the games with us. You feeling good? You're probably a little bit tired. What time is it there? 12?
It
11?
is 12:25 in the morning.
Do you work tomorrow?
I'm retired military. I don't work at all.
Oh, you lucky. Well, you've got the...
Yes, I
am. So how you feeling after the game today, brother?
I'm really liking this. And I really like the fact that, it's the week before Thanksgiving, and we haven't had one call or one anything about the draft. It's kind of unusual for me. I mean, I don't know what's going on, The
cramming I had to do before Senior Bowl last year killed. I mean, we were knocked out of the playoffs the Sunday before the start of Senior Bowl week. I'm like, I'm doing both. Like, this is crazy. Plus a regular job. It really.
I feel sorry for saying this, Chris, but I hope that happens to you again.
Me too. It was just really. I never dealt with that before. We had done a lot, been to the Senior Bowl a lot, and had figured out like our system, and it was all just it was kind of scrambled. But I'll do it again. We'll get it figured out. We're good. We gotta. I mean, if Brad's doing it, we got to be able to do it, right? We at least stay close.
Absolutely.
10 straight quarters. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you, brother. And we'll talk more. 10. I'll try to say it in English. 10 straight quarters without giving up a touchdown. How does that feel? How does that feel compared to everything else we've had to feel and experience with this team defensively over the years?
It's not the same old Lions. That's all I got to say. It's fucking great. Oh, sorry. I hope I don't get you demonetized.
Don't worry. We're dealing with the Latvian FCC, so we're okay.
Lovely.
Everyone has the same agencies everywhere. Oh yeah, go ahead, bring it, brother.
I saw on the that there are 5 teams that are, or no, 3 teams that are in the hunt for from the NFC for the wild card, and those 3 teams that are in the hunt already have 5 losses. Well, San Francisco looks like they're going to lose, so that's 2 teams. So it's totally possible that we could clinch at the end of next week's games. Your thoughts?
Oh, God, I'm getting dizzy. The blood is rushing away. It's got to fill out a different component. My God. To start December playing meaningless games
is awesome.
It's awesome. No meaningful games in December was the reason coaches got fired, and it's going to be the reason they get extended now. It's freaking great. I love it. It's just unreal. It's surreal. I have a really hard time digesting what's going on with this team right now. It's all the things that like we hoped and we dreamed and we schemed when we were thinking we were building the team, and here's what we should have done and what we could have done. This is all of those things. This is our dreams come true. It's fantastic, man. It is such a wild ride. And
it is, and I agree with you. We need to enjoy the fuck up.
Yeah, 100%. There's enough time when things are going rotten to be mad. Like you can be mad about some of the plays that they find, but I'm not going to be. We won, and we're in this wildly great spot as a team that we haven't been in. And again, I'm certain there'll be years later on that we can be frustrated and angry, but right now, while it's like this, man, ride that train. Enjoy the hell out of it. And actually take your chance to talk down to fans of the divisional rivals and teams like the Seahawks that always gave us problems and laughed at us. Go ahead and ball drag them. Just go ahead and stick your wiener in their face, right? Just whatever. Let them
fans that need something to complain about, well, you can complain that, that Ben Johnson didn't dial up a play in the fourth quarter, when we had it well in hand to get Amon-Ra his 9th straight touchdown game. So if you want to complain about something, complain about that.
There we go. Steve-O bringing the reality, and this isn't negative, but it's true as hell. If Minnesota doesn't start losing, we're gonna have meaningful games in December. Oh man. Probably. Barry brings up the Eagles. I'm not as worried about the Eagles, to be fair. I don't think that they're a team. I think they're a bunch of players that happen to wear the same jersey. I think they're getting good, but they have a shitty division that they play in. I shouldn't say it, but I'm not nervous about them. They're a team that I think the Lions are built to beat.
I concur.
All right. Well, Mr. Lion,
have a great show,
from Latvia.
And thanks for doing this. And I don't know if I'll call in next week, but I'll be listening.
Next week we won't be doing a show because of the Thursday game. And Thursdays for family, man. I know.
You're setting us up for a lot.
I'm doing what I can.
Well, maybe Detroit will break that streak too.
See, there's another ghost that we need to exercise. There you go. I love the sound of that.
Absolutely.
You, sir, have the right attitude. All right. We'll talk to you, brother.
Day.
You too. We'll see you. All right. With that, I think we're going to wrap it up. No sacks today. That's one thing as I was finishing up there that's to be concerned about. Also, don't forget about Amazon.DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Amazon.DetroitLionsPodcast.com for all your gift giving and buying needs. We appreciate when you do that. Don't forget about us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Detroit Lions Podcast. Patreon.com/Detroit Lions Podcast. If you join for $5 or more a month, you'll get access to the Slack. Again, $5 or more. You can always join for less than that and help support the show, and we appreciate that. I tell you, very much so. But it's $5 or more to get access to the Slack, the most intelligent Lions chat on the internet, bar none. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at DET Lions Podcast, DET Lions Podcast. We're always pants free. You can always give us a call at Skype, Detroit Lions Podcast, all one word, or on the Lions line at 248-782-8384, 248-782-8384, 248 rub you fug. If you leave us a nice message, Usually the drunker ones are funniest. We'll throw you up on the weekly show. Also, come to DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Subscribe to the podcast so we can come into your little box automatically. All right? Thank you for tuning in. We're going to see you next time on the Detroit Lions Podcast. Remember, no pants, no toasters, no hot tubs, no problems, and no ass.